I bet this is a really good video because like he's only got 2,000 subs and it's got 81,000 views. I bet he cooked.
Guys, we have some huge developments happening in the Halo community. The co-creator of Halo essentially confirmed that Joe Staten and Paul Bertone were laid off by 343 Industries. It's gonna get heated. There is a lot to unpack, and it's given a glimpse into the future for Halo, Xbox, and maybe even PlayStation. I'ma just get right into it and what the past couple weeks have revealed. On Thursday, June 6th, Tom Warren, a reputable journalist at The Verge, shared an eye-catching report around Halo that quickly went viral. Other journalists passed on the report, claiming Microsoft is reportedly working on a remastered version of Halo Combat Evolved and could potentially release the game on PlayStation 5.
I can't believe that 343 is still in charge of that fucking game. How is it that you release Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo Infinite? You have 3 strikes. You miss every strike. Well, I guess that's what a strike is. You miss. I'm just thinking about something else. You dumb as fuck. What are you doing? They should get rid of them. Like, how are they still there? How Microsoft not shut down that studio yet?
Whoa.
Because it's still selling?
Okay,
it's not.
First and foremost, this is not confirmed. It's just a report and should be treated as just a rumor until proven otherwise. Let's discuss it anyway,
another Halo Combat
Immediately
Evolved.
upon hearing this rumor, you might think, wait, Halo
You know what
Combat
that says to me? That says, you know what? We know it's never going to get better. So the only thing that we can do is coast on millennial nostalgia every 5 years by remaking the same game. They're taking the Skyrim approach.
That Evolved Anniversary already exists. Why would they make another version of it? Well, I also wondered the same thing, but the community went reaching for potential reasons and considered that it would introduce PlayStation players to Halo and help grow the game's population since hardly anybody's playing it now.
Look at that's bad. I actually think that's a really good point, and I think this probably is going to happen. The reason why I think it's going to happen is actually primarily because of the merger that Microsoft had with Blizzard. I think that they came very close to getting regulated and having that merger blocked by the FTC. So I think that what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to bring more of their titles to other platforms and make more of their money off of Game Pass. I think also that's going to happen because I don't know this, but I bet internally Microsoft sees the Xbox as not a product that they're going to have in the distant future, which is smart.
If that were the case, though, that begs the question, why not just port the Master Chief Collection to PlayStation instead? So people continue to think, could it be a reboot of the entire Halo series? It better not be. Maybe it has to do with their supposed plan to make Halo on Unreal Engine? A decent amount of people seem to think so, with some believing that it could serve as a good starting game for 343 Industries.
Any game that 343 Industries makes about Halo is going to be bad. Because if you have an apple tree, it's not like one day that apple tree is going to just have a golden egg that drops out of it. You're just going to get apples. You can't expect, they're not going to come up with something that's good. They've had 3 games to make a good game. 3 opportunities. They've failed at every single one. They're going to fail at this too. They've only failed.
Warm-up, if you will. And once they release a new Halo CE, they can do the same for Halo 2 and Halo 3. That's an odd way to look at it, in my opinion. It's as if 343 don't have a good understanding of what makes Halo special, but instead of letting people who do understand it work on it, we're wanting to keep the less qualified developers and give them years and years of more chances until I think
Microsoft should just shut down that whole studio. That's what I think they should do. I'm being honest. They should just shut down the entire thing. Take it out behind the barn. Do what needs to be done. And by the way, they are lucky that they have had 10 years of life support to fail.
Hopefully figure it out. What the heck? I can maybe understand if they wanted to have the original trilogy built for Unreal Engine, but that doesn't even seem like a great idea.
Nobody cares about that.
First of all, the last time 343 produced a remake, the entire art direction changed and gave people mixed opinions, with numerous fans disapproving still to this day, 13 years later. Secondly, how many of you are willing to wait another decade before we get a truly new Halo entry? Assuming 343's work habits remain the same, we'd be getting a new remake or remaster every 4 to 5 years.
That's bad.
Which means they wouldn't have a Halo 3 remake done until at least a whole decade. Thirdly, will people care enough about playing the old Halo games again? Don't get me wrong, I think a Halo 3 remaster would be amazing to do.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Here's the reality why. Because Halo 3, for its time, was one of the greatest FPS games ever made. But that time was 2007. The industry and the market has evolved and changed, and 343 doesn't have a good pulse on what that market and industry want. Because if they did, they would have made Halo 5 and Halo Infinite better. I think here's the best frame that you can see it in. Halo Infinite did not release with a battle royale. Nothing will convince me that they are incompetent more than that. It's so obvious that people like battle royales, and you just didn't do it. You're stupid. Like, you don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry, like, that's it. You're just stupid. Like, that's a super dumb take. No, it's not. Battle Royale is one of the most popular game modes. It doesn't require any team play. You can play it at any time. Halo could have easily transitioned into a Battle Royale, and they chose not to do it. That to me, it's like if I was Phil Spencer, I would say it's like that is the one point on the graph. I don't need to make a line. That's enough right there by itself. You're done. It's crazy. Think about, remember whenever Call of Duty did it with Warzone? Totally fucking revitalized the franchise. Totally blew up the game again. They're just stupid.
But not in the current climate of Halo. Not
they don't know what the fuck they don't know what the fuck they're
anyway.
doing.
However, it seems that a fair portion of the current community are only having fun playing the classic Halo titles, and some are getting
Halo 3 will not age well in today's environment. It won't.
Tired of that, including me. And it's not because they're boring, it's just that after 10 to 20 years, it's kind of like...
Flag. Flag.
Yep.
Flag.
It's the same game.
Flag. Flag. Take.
Yep.
It's stale. We need something fresh.
Yep.
Some people in the community are thinking the classic Halo formula is outdated, and they're wishing...
Yes, that includes Sprint. The problem is that these people don't want to... I feel like the Halo fans have a very reductive view of the game, and I think that that reductive view has caused the game to not take risks and chances that it should have. Like, for example, Halo 4 with having like loadouts turned out to be a bad idea, but it was a good idea that they tried it. Why would, like, Sprint, like, does this really matter? Does Sprint have anything to do with the problem? Like, that's not why the game isn't good. Like, it's just...
There would be modern mechanics in their supposed CE remaster, like Sprint. While that may sound like a nice idea on paper, that would give a drastically different experience than what the classic games had, even if done minimally. I personally believe the way to go is to have a one-to-one recreation with improved performance, upgraded graphical fidelity, and extra features outside of the legacy experience.
They need to stop trying to remake, like, anything that happens in Halo 1, 2, or 3, stop thinking about that. In my opinion, the best foundation to build a Halo game off of is Reach. Because, like, so, this is the Halo lore, okay? In Reach, that's where a bunch of the Spartans were killed, and, like, at the time of Halo 1, 2, and 3, this is way in the future, and there's basically no Spartans left at all. Master Chief John 117 is one of the only ones. I read the Halo books as a kid, by the way. I know all of this. So, yes, Reach is a much better foundation to build a story off of, because you can go in a lot of other directions. You can sell better cosmetics with it, too. And also, like, you can introduce new archetypes of characters that make sense inside of the lore. Like, that's what they should do. Reach is a prequel. Yes, Reach should be what they build off of. Wasn't Reach a prequel? It was. That's what I'm saying, right? Is like in Reach, like, remember like the last mission in Reach where everybody's dying and everything? That's because that's what happens in the story of the game. That's actually what happened. Remember SWAT mode? Yeah. Well, SWAT was like an actual game mode in Halo 3, right? And Halo 2, it was a custom game.
I've been seeing around the report is that the wording of it
Same
was
concept of Star Wars Old Republic?
saying
Yeah, exactly.
that Microsoft are making a Halo CE remaster, not 343 Industries, which is a very good catch. If this careful wording was intentional, that could mean that the team reportedly working on the game is not 343 and is instead a different developer. If this is the case, 343 are likely going to be managing or publishing rather than developing this project.
No, nothing.
Which I don't think is the ideal situation.
It's not. The ideal situation is they're completely out of it entirely. They have nothing to do with it whatsoever. Man, do you remember lighting up that bridge? Man. What was this, like, Truth and Reconciliation mission? Oh.
Probably would ultimately be better. One more big development happened around this report, and that involves Haley Era, who's made ripples in the scene for her insider information, game knowledge, and occasional sarcasm. She never worked on Halo. She didn't actually invent the battle rifle. She was the first to report on Joe Staten's departure from Microsoft, and she also revealed last year that the Master Chief Collection was wrapping up all further developments. Here's what she had to say about the report on the CE remaster. 343 laid off Joe Staten and Paul Bertone, the original creators of Halo who did a lot of Halo CE's story and mission design, and then decide to do a remaster, not confirmed, of the game without its creators. What an insult. I hope
Haley is based. I hope the studio gets shut down. Abso-fucking-lutely. Has nothing to do with that, by the way. But yes. Why not remake the Halo games 343 made? Makes no sense to start from the beginning. Because a remake only works if it has nostalgia attached to it. Like, why would somebody want to play a remade version of a game that they didn't like?
Studio gets shut down, LMAO.
Doesn't it? No, I don't think so.
She makes a good point and brings attention to how insulting the situation is, and I'm not the only one who agrees. Marcus Leto, the guy who helped create Halo and Master Chief, liked her post. Other Bungie devs and even former Microsoft executives have also shown support for her and liked her posts in the past. Some former 343 devs have too. If that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what will. In my opinion, I think what they need to do is
Microsoft, I don't think that the people that run Microsoft are stupid. But the fact that they've allowed 343 to kill one of their prime, there are two, in my opinion, two prime Xbox franchises. Halo and Gears. That's it. And if you are a guy that was in college in 2010, you were playing one of those two games. Or Modern Warfare 2. That's what it was all about. And now, both of those franchises, think about how hard the Xbox showcase went with E-Day, the Gears of War E-Day at the very end. Oh my fucking god. It was perfect.
After leaving a like on that post, Marcus then made this post in response to why a remaster should be done. What if cut missions, weapons, characters, and storyline elements were reintegrated along with more contemporary core mechanics that improve gameplay while remaining faithful to the original? I fully support that idea. I'd hope everyone would. It may not be the easiest goal to accomplish, but that shouldn't stop the developers from putting in the careful work required for it. If there's any time that Halo needs that care, it's now. Marcus knows how to deliver Halo, but he's not involved in any remaster, which we'll be able to assume why with what I read next. The day following...
Well, let's be honest, right? I mean, every Halo game that's come out has been bad. I mean, I don't think that the people that are making the game right now have the insight how to make the game... it's like if you take the same people that are making the current game, and then you have them make, this is like I said this with WoW 2, right? Where it's like, yeah, I want World of Warcraft 2, but World of Warcraft 2 being made by developers that are working at Blizzard now would just be Dragonflight. That would just be another Dragonflight. So, what the fuck? You're not gonna, if, again, an apple tree, apples come out of an apple tree. Don't expect a pear. Don't expect a fucking grape.
Marcus's post, Haley shared alarming insight into management at 343.
What's this?
So last night, Marcus Leto, the co-creator of Halo,
got
liked my
exposed
post.
for liking the tweet.
It was just before he mentioned the Halo CE remaster. I want to share something that no one else knows. 343 didn't want Marcus. They made it clear to both him and Marty that there was nothing for them.
Marty O'Donnell was the guy who composed the music that you're listening to, I'm pretty sure now. He's the original music composer for Halo.
343. I keep seeing fans saying that 343 should hire him, so I just wanted to let people know. There's a reason I do not like this company, but there are some good people there too. Sometimes people see my posts and think, wow, she really doesn't like 343. It's because 343 have done a lot of bad things that no one knows about. I know things that I've never talked about publicly, some for legal reasons, but I do plan to in the future. It's not just what they've done to Halo, it's also how they've treated the original creators. Some at 343 have downplayed their contributions, trashed their games, and mocked their fans. Right, so there are plenty of different reasons someone can like or dislike someone, and that's no exception for 343. They're not perfect, but they can certainly be better with some of the things they've done. That doesn't apply to everyone who works there, but unfortunately there are a lot of bad apples at the studio who give the whole company a bad name. Yeah. And just like Haley, I also have my reasons for how I think of them. So respect people's reasons, it's only fair. Hardy LaBelle, Halo CE multiplayer lead designer,
should fire that guy. Should get rid of him. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. The game sucks. Nobody plays it. What are we talking about? It's not even a question.
To reach out to 343 a long time ago, but they made it clear to him that they wanted nothing to do with him. Paul Russell, Halo's former environment artist and who gave Halo its name, once applied for a job at 343. They made him wait in the parking lot for an hour after the interview. Their lead artist came out and said they'd call him back, but they never did. Later, a friend on the inside told Paul, sorry, no Bungie people.
If Microsoft shuts down 343, I will buy an Xbox. I will do it. I will buy an Xbox. I'll even buy one of the good ones. I would have never done this normally, but I need a new machine to play Netflix on, and it might just be time for me to upgrade. I think that we might have to do what we got to give 5 to 10. Well, if I give 5 to 10 Xboxes, they're probably going to make more money off of that than they did out of Halo Infinite.
So 343 have had a no Bungie rule for anyone who works there. Why? What good reason can you think of for that?
Ego, because they think that they can do it better than Bungie did. Even though what they did, so it's funny, right? Because so it's really funny. Because if you look at Don't we love graphs? Let's look at some graphs. So let's look at Destiny 2. And now let's also look at Halo Infinite. So you have the Halo Infinite player base, which is at 2,000 players right now, on a steady and slow decline, just, creeping towards the eventual end of service, circling the drain, courting entropy. Just, it's over and they don't even know it. And you look at Destiny 2, 60,000 people playing the game with a concurrent, 60,000. And this is a patch came out semi-recently, but not recently enough to explain this. So you want to know why they don't want to have Bungie people on the team? It's because the people on the Bungie team are going to make them look like fucking idiots. And they think that they can do it better. Well, guess what? You can't, you haven't, and you won't. You look at the graph. That's what the graph says. This isn't my opinion. It's just a fact. Ego bullshit. It is. It's just a fact. Destiny 2 should have been Halo. In the Reach universe. It should have been. And it's not. Fuck.
Is that not just a petty grudge they're holding against Bungie? It's obviously not a matter of talent, qualifications, or passion. So what is it? It sounds like they're wanting to preserve as much influence of their own as 343 regarding
they
what
think they
goes
can do
into
it better,
Halo,
bro.
as if they're eager to make their mark on the franchise.
Yep.
No matter
That's
how
what it's about. They're trying to make their mark. Yeah, they have made their mark. The same as those climate protesters made their mark on those fucking paintings. Protesting Stonehenge. Let's spray paint Stonehenge. Get the fuck out of here. Should put them in jail. Put them in jail for ruining my game that I grew up playing.
You spin
I think
that,
that'd be
you
fair.
Can't argue that it's not disrespectful.
Yeah.
Bungie is the reason Halo even exists.
Exactly.
And they consistently delivered amazing games.
There's the reason why 343 even exists. Keep that in mind.
That fans loved. Compare that to now, we've lost Halo's identity and would be lucky to have
Wait,
that-
bro. This isn't in Halo, right? Is this in Halo? That's crazy.
To now, we've lost Halo's identity and would be lucky to have quality features that are also fun. The Bungie era of Halo was
See, they made Cortana not as hot as she used to be. That's another mistake. I look at the new Cortana, she doesn't have, her boobs aren't as big as they used to be. What the hell were you thinking? What, are you stupid? Why would you do that?
Significantly better. Anyone should be able to see that, even if you enjoy a 343 game or two. Despite that, 343 have the gall to believe that
we gotta pull up a chart. What happened? What are y'all doing this for? What's this? 4 is fine? Yeah, but look at 6. Look at 5. What are you doing? Why would you do this? It's crazy. I don't understand. What is this? 4's got here. Yeah, I think 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is the perfect balance. Yeah, and look at it now. To be fair, 4 was made by 343, and somehow every game they made it worse. What were you thinking?
Better off working on Halo without any of the original creators of the franchise. You know, the ones who literally made Halo and Xbox globally successful as the titans of the industry. Gosh. Anyway, she
How
goes
many of
on
y'all
to
bought
say,
an Xbox to play
343
Halo
have
back in
never
the day?
wanted the original devs working
That was
with
me.
them. They only brought on Joe Staten after the disastrous Halo Infinite reveal. Joe offered to help Bonnie and steer 343 in the right direction as a favor, but they decided to hire him instead because they knew they were in real trouble and needed his expertise. But despite Joe being one of the creators of Halo, some idiots there still push back against some of his ideas. Alex Wakeford was a member of the Halo community who had become infamous in Halo circles for writing absurd articles about Halo and Bungie, and making claims that they included references to word that sounds like grape in their games. He even wanted Marcus to confirm whether it was true or not. Alex also criticized Joe for referring to Cortana as
There it is. 343 brought him onto the community. See that? There it is. It's sad, bro. It really is sad.
girlfriend. Despite
Virtue
being
signaler? Yeah.
disliked by many in the community, 343 brought him onto their community team.
What a mistake, bro.
343 were also
What a
really
fucking
mean
mistake.
to Jeff Steitzer, Halo's iconic multiplayer announcer. They tried to replace him and made him aware of it, which upset him.
What?
Jeff wants
What?
to keep the details of it private, though. It's no secret that 343 also tried to replace Steve Downes.
They trying to make it their own, bro. Like, it's like, you know what? You know what 343 should do? They should go work at Netflix. Go work at Netflix. Go do, you know what? You're going to find a lot of people over there. They got the same mindset that you do. It's like all of these creative people. I love the creative. This is a word, it's a pejorative in this case, where they're not creating anything. They're like the opposite. The only thing that they can create is a worse version of something that already exists. It's insane, man. How do you do this? They're dismantling. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Jen Taylor, the voices of Master Chief and Cortana. Hold up, can we talk about this
What?
too? 343 disrespected Jeff Steitzer and wanted to get rid of him, Steve Downes,
Yeah.
and Jen Taylor, the three voices you hear most in Halo. Excuse me, but the three of them quite literally gave character to Halo
That's
and
the
helped
game,
form
man.
Halo's signature. They became
Yeah.
staples of the Halo franchise, making Halo recognizable just with their voices. Almost everyone back then, not just Halo fans, knew Halo medals and how they sounded simply
Double kill.
because of Jeff
Yeah.
Steitzer's voice and
Yeah.
how he delivered his
See,
lines.
it's these people have no respect. They have no respect for the game that they're trying to make and the shoulders that they're trying to stand on. And in fact, they resent them. They resent the fact that everybody is positive about these other people. They're trying to put their mark on it, bro. They're trying to put themselves in a situation where they look good. They hate the game, bro. Like, yeah. It's jealousy. I know. It's just sad, bro. Like, you know what's funny to me about this is what happened in Lord of the Rings. You know, like with Melkor and Morgoth. Like, this is what he tried to do. And he was the bad guy. So what the fuck?
People knew him as the voice of God,
Yes.
which is a testament to how impactful his voice in the game is. And
He's the
343
guy.
haven't cared for him. Master Chief and Cortana were just as iconic. Steve Downes doesn't have a ton of lines as Master Chief, but his voice is still memorable
Yep.
and naturally a big part of the main character. No matter how much the fans and gamers in general appreciate him, 343 haven't cared for him. Jen Taylor has done so much as Cortana and delivers her lines with a voice that rings in your head that you can hear with just the thought of her character. She's become a perfect complement to Steve Downes' voice.
It's more than that, bro. Microsoft has put Cortana into Windows. That's how big the character is. However big you think Halo is, Windows is 50x that, 500x that.
And has synergized beautifully with
got
her
rid of her?
character. Yet 343
You
haven't
know
ca-
what? I tell you one thing: they wouldn't have got rid of her if Halo Infinite had 200,000 concurrent players. They wouldn't have done that. I get because everybody know who she is. It's because nobody knows who the fuck Cortana is anymore because the game fell the fuck off. Got rid of her before Infinite? Yeah, sure. I mean, I could have said the same thing about Halo 5.
cared for her. Why, 343? Because they're Bungie scum? They don't deserve to work on Halo now because they'll taint it with their gross mark? You know, now that I think of it, the name Halo is actually from Bungie.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get rid of that mark too.
Yeah, just call it a
Everyone
new
knows
name.
you're the greatest after all.
Yep.
Jesus. To finish with Haley's
It keeps
post,
going?
she continues
Jesus.
with, there are so many more things and stories that people don't know of. Jamie Griesmer, former Halo design lead, even recently said that 343's relationship with Bungie was unnecessarily hostile, which confirms...
It's all about, bro, like, this is, you know what it reminds me of? It's like, no, Dad, I don't need your help. I can do it myself. And then, like, you come out, 2 hours later, 4 hours later, and, like, the kid's trying to replace a tire on his bike, and somehow now both the tires are off the bike. And he's just sitting there looking at it. The fuck you, Dad. Why'd you let me do this? Now I can't use my bike.
A lot of things I've been saying for a while. This hostility is also seen in how 343's community team treats Halo fans.
Yeah.
Just look at how Snickerdoodle and Cowgirly 343 have unfairly blocked hundreds of us from @Halo and @Halo support.
Wait. Do they know about, bro, does the Xbox leadership know about this? Like, I don't understand how Xbox headquarters isn't on fire. Like, how are you not on fire, furious at this, that this is happening? They're taking this game and they're destroying it. They're destroying the biggest franchise that you have.
It's only natural I'd hate a company that disrespects the people who made our favorite games and its fans. Why should I give 343 my respect? What have they done to deserve it? They basically gave their middle finger to the creators of Halo and the fans, destroying a franchise that revolutionized console shooters and online gaming and which built the Xbox brand.
See, Halo 3 is the best of the three, but Halo 2 was the best for its time. Halo 2, I was talking about this with a friend of mine. Halo 2 was the game that brought online gaming to the mainstream. That was the game that was the bridge. That was the gateway drug. Now, you had people on PC that were on CS 1.6, right? For sure. And, you know, like CS originally, right? Ultima Online. But, like, I'm talking about mainstream console Andes. Halo was that game, bro. It's like the tenure of it is not to be understated.
We messed up Halo for a whole decade. That's a big part of our lives. I don't see how anyone could respect them after all that. I know that's a lot of information to take in, but bear in mind that actual Halo developers, both old and new, have supported Haley's post and know she's in regular contact with people on the inside. Bungie devs even follow her, and so do Ed Freeze and Peter Moore, both former Microsoft executives who
Here's how I know it's true. Because it's true with every other series where a new studio or a new group of people take the series and they change it. It's the same as with The Witcher. It's the same as with Star Wars. And it's the same with Halo. It's these people think that they can do it better.
The teams behind the original Xbox and Xbox 360. The things Haley says have merit. With all the other stories we've heard about 343 and some of the ridiculous things we
What
still
a joke,
see,
bro.
I think it's about time we stop 343.
Look at those shoulders. You got to understand, like, Spartans are, like, number one, like, Olympic level quality athletes and physical condition. On top of that, they have a suit of armor that makes them extremely strong. It's the Mjolnir armor. Then on top of that, there is like genetic engineering that goes into them. Looks like a girl armor. So what? I bet you put that woman from that rugby team in that armor and it would look a lot more badass than that. Bro.
the ridiculous things we still see, I think it's about time we stop defending them. If you're still firmly on 343's side at this point, you're either still growing, delusional, in denial, worried about your career, or you simply just don't care about what happens to Halo.
Yep, you don't.
I really believe those are the only options. It's not necessarily wrong to be any of those, but it could contribute to making Halo worse in the long run.
Of course it is.
Ultimately, it comes down to the companies running the franchise. The sooner we acknowledge that and deal with it, the less harm will be done to Halo. If you're still growing, though, that's a bit of a different story. Think about it. At around the age of 5 to 6, we start retaining memories
This
of
is the age of the average 343 Halo enjoyer.
our experiences. We tend to look back fondly on what we grew up with or experienced first, sometimes saying stuff like, back in my day, things were the best. We never really get to experience what happened before that time, though, even if we try to. Stuff like the golden era of Halo may only be experienced by those of us who are actually there.
See, they like these people that like they don't remember what it was. Like Halo was the game. It was the fucking game. And
those of us who grew up with it.
Now it's like,
as sad as this may be, the majority of Halo players now have not experienced that golden era.
Like I remember, this is crazy. I think about this. Rooster Teeth did an interview where they interviewed a bunch of people. This is from like 2010, something like that. And they asked like, what character do you like the most or do you relate the most to? And like 90% of the guys said Master Chief. Yeah. The fucking chief, man. Like, yeah. That's what it was about.
And if that's not true, it will be soon. 343 Industries was given complete control of the Halo franchise in 2012, which was 12 years ago now. Kids who were 5 to 6 years old back then were potentially forming fun memories of Halo 4. 343's first new Halo.
Because they didn't know. They didn't.
You know how old these 5 to 6 year old kids are now? 17 to 18 years old.
Yeah, they're the ones tweeting about this shit.
Halo fans who are 18 years old or younger grew up with 343.
That means they're stupid.
That's pretty shocking to me. But it's not like you're wrong to be young. You just grew up in a different environment, played different games. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Your preferences were just based on what you experienced, which you can't always
He's trying to say you don't know any better. It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. Like, you see, you weren't there for the gore. You see, like, this is the same thing with WoW. Is like, people don't understand. Like, I see people that are like, like 22, 25 play WoW. And like, they don't understand the way it used to be, man. They don't, like, they can't even imagine what it used to be.
343 were the ones who created such a different experience of Halo, and now we're having tensions and conflicts we've never seen before in the franchise. Half of the community hates the other half, tons of fans aren't being listened to, developers have become cold and careless, communications run dry and tone deaf, and people from all sides are being treated with hostility. We don't deserve this, and there are plenty of developers who don't either, yet here we are. So
what a
who's
joke,
to blame?
bro. Look at that. So
this kind of stuff doesn't just happen by coincidence.
Look at this, bro. Like, look at this stupid ass fucking Optimus Prime knockoff garbage piece of shit joke. Look at what the fuck you trying to do with this. He got them skinny arms. You're not gonna have a Spartan with arms like that. Get the fuck out of here. What's this limp dick bullshit? Who thought of this? A Pepsi Spartan.
I really have to answer that for you? Come on. To switch gears a bit, it's starting to look like a great time to forget about Halo. The Xbox Games Showcase just happened, and we were shown a very solid lineup of games.
Insane, bro.
Not just exclusive to Xbox either. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is coming. There's an Indiana Jones game, Fable, Perfect
Probably
Dark,
gonna be a joke.
Doom,
That's gonna be cool.
Gears of War, and more. Nothing at all for Halo, though, which made some people freak out or cope with the infamous saying, let them cook. No. we shouldn't let them cook because we've done that for the
10
past
years.
decade.
Yep.
And we've been given meals we don't like, didn't ask for, or just don't satiate our hunger. The customer service
As I said, I think that the fact that they didn't put a BR into Halo Infinite on release, that to me, if I was the Xbox leadership, I would have fired the entire studio leadership because of that. It is like that alone is such a stupid decision, and it was totally unnecessary. There's a BR now; it's too late. Like that would have been it. It's like you intentionally don't follow a trend. Why? Not even trying.
either.
Yeah.
Prices are high, doorknobs are broken, and anyone who's been paying attention can see how chaotic and messy the kitchen is. We gotta get out of this restaurant. Quit ordering food and eating there, and stop having them cook. To wrap things up though, Halo really is in a terrible place. That's clear for everyone, or almost everyone. We're getting there.
It's not clear for everyone because most people don't even care about it enough to even know. That's the reality, is that nobody even gives a shit about it anymore. Nobody cares. That's what's really sad. I think that Halo Infinite came out, people were already tired of it. They're already, it is what it is, right?
On the other hand, we've got a nice stack of games on the horizon, and I think we can all find something to enjoy if we just take a chance. Even if it's not a game, give a chance. Halo isn't everything, and while I used to think that I could only have fun with Halo, man is it easy to step away from it now. It feels so relieving to let it go. Many people have grown numb and apathetic to anything with Halo, which is very understandable, but
they just don't know, they don't know what they're doing, bro. It's like, the thing is, you remember those missions in, the library in Halo 2 with the flood, bro? That shit was actually kind of scary. And, that scene with Gravemind in Halo 2, that was so cool. It's not the same as it used to be, bro. It's just not happening, man. It's just...
Remember to step away and let your mental well-being heal. Staying in an environment that garners so much negativity and plays with your emotions is not healthy.
You're right about that.
There are people out there who once loved Halo and have grown so attached to it that they'll stick with it no matter what. But even if they're hurt by it, they don't leave. They'll continue giving it chances and forgiving mistakes just to end up getting hurt again and continuing the cycle. That's just abusive at that point. Please look out for yourself. Seriously.
This could have been about WoW, too.
I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for anything exciting happening with Halo, but it's safe to say that we're far away from anything good. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, though, and don't be afraid to speak your mind.
Well, it looks like some things never change. So I feel like this is really sad. I do, because Halo was a franchise that I grew up with, and if you go and you look at my room downstairs, I've got Halo posters everywhere. I was drawing pictures of Master Chief, shit like that. Halo was my game. I went from being obsessed about Halo to being obsessed about WoW. And I was right, by the way. This video was great. These guys only got 2,000 subs, so make sure to give the video a like. Give them a sub if you liked it, man. 343 fucked it up. Yeah. And it's it's so sad that anybody's trying to act like these pitiful ass fucking joke developers that can't come up with a good game in 10 years should be anything more than fired. Who the fuck goes to work every day for 10 years and brings out bullshit and then they don't get fired? You do that at your job probably for 3 days, you're gonna get fucking fired. What are you talking about? How is this even a question? It's not even a possibility that this is a good or a bad decision. It's awful. And so diversity hires, it's not diversity hires. It's people with an ego that think that they can do it better than the people that made the game. Well, if you can do it better, then why aren't you making your own fucking game? I'll tell you why. Because you can't. That's it. And you don't want to follow trends. You want to, I want to do it my way. I'm going to do it my way. Let's do it my way. Okay, fine. You did it your way. 3 times it didn't work. Stop doing it your way. It doesn't work. You're bad. That's it. It's so sad. Also, because Xbox grew up with Halo. Yeah, bro, Halo died. Xbox died in relevance when Halo died. Bro, those stocks are the same. Halo and Gears go up. Xbox, we love Xbox. Halo and Gears are dead. Oh, Xbox dead. Oh, Xbox dumb. It's bad. Ooh. That's what it is. 343 was the first company and trend starter to show all these companies how to make games and act today. Yeah, it's just sad. They don't even fail fairly. They had a huge head start and they failed harder than starting from scratch. Yeah. Well, it's crazy that, like, I think what I find to be so incredibly fucking annoying is the arrogance of it. The absolute, unfettered, uncontrolled arrogance. Where it's like, oh, well, we know how to do it. We know what to do. And that's what it's all about. It's about them acting like they fucking know what they're talking about. And they don't. And the thing is, like, if Halo, if like 343 said, you know what? Bungie doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. We're going to make our own game. And they went and they made Halo 4 and Halo 5. And it was fucking insanely good. Everybody would be saying, yeah, good job, guys. Great job. You're awesome. But you didn't. You didn't. That's what it was. PoE days, nobody does a thing but complain. Yeah, exactly. Cliff isn't even part of Gears anymore as well. Yeah, exactly. It's sad, man. Video was amazing. Can be applied to so many things, not just Halo. Yeah, that's what's fucked up about it, right? Is like we see this about Halo. But, like, how many other franchises... I bet WoW is like this, too, bro. Like, I'm so sick of, As I said, man, it's like Melkor and Lord of the Rings. You can't make anything your fucking self, and so you just gotta fuck everything else up. I'm so tired of this shit, bro. Like, it's so exhausting. It's all of them. Yeah, it's all of them. Like, I'll be right back. This is designed to happen whenever activist college kids start working in the real world, fucking arrogant dumbasses. You know what a lot of devs are, it feels like to me? This is like people that have problems with their parents. It's like, you know, no, Dad, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I'm going to get a piercing. No, you can't tell me I'm not going to church. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm going to do what I want to do. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, goddamn. Participation trophy. Yeah, I'm a winner. I got 7th place in track and field out of 10 people. Out of 5 people, more like it. It's nuts, man. If you let them cook and they feed you rats, would you go back? Yeah, it's like, we did let them cook. I was like, that's why I said with Halo Infinite. I said they need to take as much time as they need. The fact that Halo Infinite did not release with a BR... How'd you let that happen? Or Forge? Yeah. Because, okay. If you're a manager and you're a manager of a McDonald's, and instead of hiring employees, you hire baboons. You have 4 baboons in the kitchen. And you have those 4 baboons in the kitchen for 10 years. Imagine what that kitchen looks like after 10 years. I'll show you what the kitchen looks like after 10 years, actually. Where is it? There it is. Looks like that. There's a lot of shit in that kitchen. And at a certain point, it's kind of your fault for hiring the baboons. Because you can say, oh, well, they're messing everything up. Yeah, but why'd you keep them in there for 10 years? Didn't you figure this out? Didn't you think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have people doing this? Top comment, yeah, it's crazy. Money Hungry 343, executives and shareholders too? Nah, it's not for money, bro. Like, they just don't know what they're doing, man. They named a studio after a character that betrays Master Chief. Do you get it yet? I don't even remember that happening, to be honest with you. The Fire 343 people were right. See, I said it. Remember, I said it last year. I was one of the first people to say that you need to kick these losers to the curb. Everybody got mad at me. They said, you can't say that. I said it. It's a fact, and now everybody's saying it. I was right. I was right. Everybody knew it. No, look at the pinned comment. Nice music. Oh, it's Marty O'Donnell. Oh, shit. Damn, I didn't even see that. That's the guy. Oh man.